And we're live! Hey everyone, what's going? It's Avery here, your girl Avery, and this is the Spring Seasonal Finals. Sorry for not recording a lot of episodes, and we're like super deep into it. Body Slam, Heat Crash. Do I have the teams or can I pull them up? What's very interesting is that Booga, no, they brought their Meow. Is it this year? I'm pretty sure PTK didn't bring. No, they didn't have a Meow. I thought some teams didn't bring their Meow. Let me see if I can find the team really quickly. Find the teams. And let's just see what they're missing. Which will happen? Spoken forums. Matchup duck. Here we go. Greninja, Gouging Fire, Lando. No Ogerpon, no Ampharos, and then no Galarian Articuno, no Klefki. Yeah. So those are what's missing. Heat Crash, Dragon Dance, Roosts, Body Slam, Paralysis. This is getting really dicey, especially considering that the Dunsparce just missed right there. PTK is in a nice prime position, though they are paralyzed. So I'm very nervous, but I think they're in a good spot. You'll notice here that if you remember my video from week 1, I talked about how much I really enjoyed this Meowscarada Urshifu. This is an Urshifu-Rapid. We went over this on the matchup doc. It is right there. How this course is really good, and then paired with an electric type to break more waters. It's flying. It can break fighting types more easily. And there's really no Pokemon that I can think of. Maybe Dragon types. Maybe Terra. But even with Terra Dragon Torn, Meowscarada can still triple axle it, which is good. But of course, it dies to a Heat Crash there as the Urshifu-Rapid comes in. The Urshifu-Rapid was Terra Water, and then the Terra Pokemon is Okidogi and Greninja, which is also Water. And then PTK's team, of course, is very interesting as well. This isn't a really, not that it's not meta, but it's like Crike's team, who made top 4, is like it's Terra Torn, Iron Valiant, like very strong, very powerful core. This just kind of looks kind of standard. Terra Gren, Surging Strikes 1, 2. Terra Gren, Gouging Fire, Jirachi, like this team is good, yes, but it's not like broken. And so I'm very surprised that PTK has been able to go this far and this long with as good as it is. And that's not to say that Pokemon like Gouging Fire and Terra Greninja aren't great. But then, like, the ground type is Lando instead of like Ting Lu, which is kind of weird. Like that's sort of what I'm getting at here, where it's like 18 point mon, and that's like 16 point mon, 15, 14, 8, 8. Okie dokie. Ogerpon's going for like 13 nowadays, maybe 14, maybe 12, depending on when it is. And so yeah, it's just kind of these names. Okay, I apologize for looking at those names. And yeah, like, I don't know. The problem is that I'm pretty sure that revealed that it was Scarf. Let's pull up the damage calculator here really quickly. Can you see? Yeah, you can see the damage calculator fine. Is that it's a Rapid Strike? Just make sure we aren't missing anything. Versus a what is the name of this Pokemon? It is a Gouging Fire, Paralyzed. Ugh. Oh no, it's doubles. Whatever, that's fine. Plus +1. Nothing has happened. And then we don't care about that. Paralyze. Okay, so it could just be faster. This thing could be banded, because it should be faster since it was paralyzed. Okie dokie comes in. We don't really know, because Surging Strikes, Surging Strikes is a frick ton, and then, yeah. It probably had a little bit of defense in it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and the pads came off. Okay. That did about 50%. We can look at the calc in just a minute, but I think that's fine. It's probably going to be Toxic Chain. I don't know how PTK's team beats this water type. I mean, is Greninja going to Earthquake it? Did I say Greninja? Is Lando going to Earthquake it? Like, it's just going to get Aqua Jet. This thing took half. Maybe if it was like Choice Banded and it took half, like that would be fine, because then you could like Close Combat or Drain Punch or do something else. But like Greninja here, like I don't know, I don't love that. And then there's also Jirachi. Like Jirachi is never beating a water type really, so I'm really concerned and I'm really nervous about PTK's answer to this thing. Because sure, you knocked it off, that's great. What has Rocky Helmet on your team? The Blastoise? Okay, you turns out Rocky Helmet on the dog. As Zapdos comes in and it clicks Toxic. That is really good. Lando comes in, can't really do anything, it could Hurricane. Which, yeah, does a lot, obviously. I think we know that that's offensive because of that damage. Again, we can check it. I don't want to look at a calculator this whole match, though. But, you know, at the pace that this is going, we might need to just stare at the calculator all day. Especially because they somehow didn't turn on the timer yet. Rock Slide does 34, Hurricane, 3 hit KOs. Could be worse, could be worse. Ugh. Donphan comes in, eats the Rock Tomb, breaks the Sturdy. It's going to try and Ice Shard you, and if it doesn't, it's going to go for Rocks. Your Blastoise is going to have Spin on it, because you have... and you stay in. I don't know if I don't know that I love that play. I think you... Avocado Goat versus the Elephant. Avocado, another player, made top 8, I want to say? Top 16 for sure. I'm pretty sure they made top 8. Going in versus this. See, now this is a problem. Well, so your Meowscarada is definitely Scarfier, and then the problem is that you still have an Iron Moth in the back. Like, sure, you can surf this and it dies, but then you get forced out. Zapdos, on one hand, at least isn't revenging you anymore, but you're not going to be Scarf Battle Bond Greninja to outspeed a Meowscarada, if that makes sense. Scarf Meowscarada. So that thing's just going to come in, and then it's going to click... Well, I guess it has to click Flower Trick. So you can just go Jirachi, and then U-turn on it. But then you can go... Water, just as Water Surf. Yeah, so you sack this, you get your Battle Bond, but then Meowscarada just comes in and you're forced out. So this Battle Bond did nothing. Which is why I think you had to go to Blastoise there. Because you're not really inviting anything in. I mean, maybe you're inviting in the Urshifu-Rapid-Strike, but then it's going to take a hit. I think this thing gets Scald. You can Scald burn it. Like, nothing really wants to... If it gets Scald, nothing really wants to switch in. I don't know that it does. But man... Wow. Like, you just have to go Jirachi here, right? Unless you're Rindoberry. You could be Rindoberry. I would like to see that calced. Greninja, Battle Bond, Meow, not banded. We'll just go like this. And you're Rindoberry. Rindoberry. Does that still kill? Flower Trick does not kill if you're Rindoberry. Looks like PTK is complaining about something. They could do /mod join plus, or I think that's the command to get people to stop speaking. I heard the command that lets other people not speak, but yeah. You just really have to turn off opposing player speaking here. But alright, so let's think here for a minute. Who would I rather be right now? And I think the answer is probably just Ram. Their Smogon name is RAMZAB, I believe, by the way. It's Ram, their Booga. And then PTK is PTK. I have... but then if it clicks Rapid Strike, it does what, 12? Oh wow! A U-turn? U-turn is crazy. Well, I guess it's not crazy because no, it's crazy because you Terra Watered. But you got that chip in, so now I think like a Greninja Ice Beam might just kill, but it can't kill because of course it switched out of the Battle Bond. But now Donphan's in. Now rocks are gonna go up. I wonder if you just go hard Gren here, because your Gren doesn't. Oh, but your Gren super matters for the Moth. But now it's slower than Moth, because there's no way that you're like Scarf or anything. See, this is why I didn't like going Greninja, because you just got rid of your Battle Bond boost. You could have gone Blastoise and accomplished pretty much the same thing. Again, if it doesn't have Scald, it's a little worse. But then you also get like Flip Turn, so you could Flip Turn out, go to Jirachi, go to Dogi. But then that becomes a problem because you sacked your sacked in scare quotes, of course, your Gouging Fire and your Lando. So if you flipped, like, you go into this and you now eat a giant earthquake. And sure, you live the hit, but now you die to Aqua Jet here. Especially because it's Terra Water as well. Yeah, you just die to Aqua Jet. This thing could be boost your speed and you just lose. But I guess on the flip side is that there's no switch in here. So this thing comes in, it kills a Pokemon. You go Meowscarada, you go whatever this Pokemon's name is. Okiogi. And then because you're not gonna let this guy eat a surf. I mean, that's just how it is. You're gonna go with this on a surf? See, now you can do water Shoryuken, and water Shoryuken kills and wins. Which I suppose if it's water Shoryuken, you might not even need to worry about the moth. It could be Shoryuken and you could just win. Which, again, is why I didn't love that switch. I think, but then you lose your answer to... No, but then you can... Because there's no way it's double or triple helmet. There's no way Dogi's helmet, Blastouse's helmet, and Jirachi's helmet. This thing has to be... So I think the Meow is Flower Trick, U-Turn, Knockoff Trick. Yeah, I think that's the set. I think they dropped Triple Axle. Because you don't really need it into 2 water types of Steel and a Fighting. Oh, Close Combat? And your double helmet, wow. But it doesn't matter because you just kill this thing. You don't kill this thing. If you Close Combat into the Dogi, that might not kill it? But then Ice Shard does a bunch. I really don't know if I like that switch, but I guess if you switch, you don't have Water Shoryuken. So you just have to go back. Oh, it could be... No, it's not. It's not Scarf. We know it's Rocky Helmet. That was dumb. This thing, I think, is probably Healing Wish. But the problem is that, what are you going to Healing Wish on? Because this thing is dead, this thing is dead. You could Healing Wish on a fast elephant, I suppose. But, I mean, wow. That's rough. I really think you wanted to Aqua Jet. If you had an Aqua Jet, you wanted to click Aqua Jet there. And it's faster? And you just set rocks? I don't know. But you have a full water type in the back. I mean, if you take 25, that's huge. So I feel like Donphan has to come in, as does Greninja. But if you predict that Greninja is going to come in, then Meow comes in, and Meow is just going to click U-turn. And Meow doesn't care that it's taking rocks plus Rocky Helmet chip, because you're getting U-turned on. And you're going Iron Moth, and then Moth, if it's booster speed, it could just win the game. Which is the problem with going Donphan, because if you go Donphan, you have to sack Donphan. To like a Greninja switch, you could just Ice Shard it, but Ice Shard won't do enough. It could be Endur Staff. We don't know the item. Oh. God, I don't know. If I knew, This is so difficult. So difficult. Okay. Blastoise came in. Wow, I did not expect that. Butterchoke, of course, another great player. Does the Moth just win? Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh, but you know what? I don't think Meow can kill this thing. Cause let's check the calc. Let's check the calc. You know, let's even go like this. Let's even go like this. So you can Am I being smart? So we can see everything at the same time? Yes, you can see that. This one is Blastoise. We don't have a defensive Blastoise set here. Versus Meowscarada, Flower Trick. So Flower Trick with Boots does kill. Again, doesn't account for Rindo. Again, we can just make this thing defensive. Special attack, 0 defense, 252, and then it becomes, yeah. So you just run any defense, and that's it. And if you sack Greninja, if you sack Meow here, you're just not in a good position. So you kind of like have to U-turn here, but if you go U-turn, you're eating a water. Are you eating a water hit? Yeah, you are eating a water hit. So you have to. God. I don't know. I think PTK just wins this. This is such a good finals. If only they would have the timer up. So that I wouldn't be here in silence for 40 minutes. Just going, I wonder who's winning. Let's calculate this thing out. And it U-turns. 30%. Into Moth. Flipped. Oh, wow. Even Mach Punch would kill. Oh, we don't know if it's Scarf or not. If it's Scarf, that could be a problem. That could be a problem if it's Scarf. But if you're Shoryuken, then, I mean, damn, that's good. Why wouldn't you use it earlier? Sure. Okay, that's fine. You can just go... PTK just wins this from here. You just go, whatever the frick this Pokemon's name is. Oh, but if it Flower Trick into Flower Trick, do you win? You have to just wait. Do you sack your Greninja here? Well, you wouldn't sack. You wouldn't sack. You would click Water Shoryuken, to be clear. Which would do equally about as much. And then you should be able to live a Flower Trick, I'm pretty sure. God, I don't even know. Because if you Water Shoryuken into U-turn kills. You're at, let's say, 20. You could even win if you're. Fuck. Because if it U-turns out, you just go Blastoise on this, and then you click Surf, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because then Water Shoryuken. Oh, fuck. God, I don't know. I don't know. You have to. Are you loaded dice? We don't even know if you're loaded dice. It could be loaded dice. It could have been Rindo. I don't think it's Rindo. Maybe it knows that it's Specs or Scarf or something. I'm really unsure here. Do we even look at the calc again? Let's pull up the calc. Let's pull up the calc. Okay. Greninja. Battle Bond. It's not Life Orb. It's I'm going to say, I'm going to go on a limb here and say it's loaded dice. It could be Rindo. It's probably not Rindo. It's going to be loaded dice versus a Meowscarada. Water Shoryuken does this much. Rocky Helmet done to the... Oh, let's see how much... Okie dokie. This should be a defense. No, it's not a defensive set. But even still, Flower Trick does 21 max. Knockoff does a fine amount. U-turn. How much did U-turn do earlier to this thing? Can we find that? Ghosting chat goes crazy. You go okie dokie on a U-turn. Okay. 7% crit. Okay, so that's in line with our calc. And it's Boots Elephant. No cust app. So this should just be a wrap, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you sack this thing. You probably just sack Greninja. You go Blastoise? Okay, it lives. And you can click Scald here, or not Scald, Surf, and then you just win, but I mean, if that was a crit, you might have just lost the game. So, I don't know. I think you maybe should have stayed in with Greninja and Water Shoryuken, and then Water Shoryuken does 20%. You eat the U-turn, then you go... Yeah, because if it does 20%, you're now at 23, plus Rocks is 8. That puts you at 16. Yeah, and then Rocky Helmet will kill the Meow. I don't know if you win on Rocky Helmet death, but that should be fine. Also, this Meow has only clicked U-turn, which is very funny. Nice charm. Yep. Only clicked Hurricane, that's weird. Nothing, unfortunately. I don't know. I wonder, does Ice Shard crit? No, it's too defensive. Ice Shard crit won't kill. It might bring it down to 1, but it's not gonna kill. This is a Blastoise. I'm very positive it's defensive. But we're gonna go Donphan here. Ice Spinner instead of Spinner. We're now at Shard. What? What was that? What was that throw? Why are you earthquaking? What are you earthquaking? Why are you earthquaking? Donphan at +1 speed. Greninja. Okay, you're not actually a Greninja. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're not. You're not outspeeding a Greninja. But Meow comes in with no rocks. You just lose. You just lose. You threw the game. What if... Do you not have Surf? What is your set if you don't have Surf? Flip Turn, Earthquake, Rapid Spin? What could your item be? Yeah, and you're not Ice Beam either? Like, even Ice Beam looks good because it hits 1, 2, 3. Plus this, plus maybe Terra. I mean, that just has to be a throw, right? Meowscarada comes in. What? Okay. Yeah, that was also a throw. If crit was a 50% roll, I was actually scared. What crit again? I don't even remember what crit. But yeah, congrats to PTK. I can't kill dog after I have Endure Duck. Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense. So PTK had that in the bag because they're Endure. Surely you could have flower tricked though. You should have sacked your elephant and then gone this and then flower tricked. I think that might have been your best play. But congratulations to PTK for winning. What is this? Spring seasonal? Yeah, congrats to winning the spring seasonal. GG, well played. Definitely a well-earned victory with a very cool team. Um, yeah, I thank you all for watching. And congrats again. I mean, you two both had amazing runs. That was a great finals. That was definitely a nail biter. GG's.